Hello YouTube, my name is Sarah if you didn't know, and today's situation is going to be talking about New Year's resolution and resetting them. Obviously at the beginning of the year, a lot of people set New Year's resolutions or goals that they'd like to achieve in the upcoming year. Just like everybody else, I did it too. So at the beginning of the year, I wrote down 16 different goals I wanted to achieve, and I just want to kind of talk about them today, see if I'm achieving them, and reset a goal to figure out how I will be achieving them. So let's get right into it. So a major reason I set these goals for myself is because I was going to be going through a big transition this year. I was graduating, or I did graduate university, and to me that signaled kind of the start of my real life. This is the first time I'm not going back to school in the fall. I have a decent amount of education. I should be starting a career, but obviously with the global pandemic, things have changed. I still graduated, but it doesn't look the same as it would have without the pandemic. So when I look at these goals, some of them do reflect the fact that I thought I would be starting a career, maybe moving out. I thought a lot more would be changing in different ways than it did, but I still think it's important to assess these goals and see how I can still achieve them. Now that we're in the second half of the year, we really only have like 5 months left. That's crazy to think about because this year has felt like 20 years in one, but we still have half the year left, and I think I can still achieve some of these goals and hopefully motivate you guys to reassess your goals and see how you can adjust them or continue working at them. Even though we're in a very strange time, it's still important to take care of yourself and think about the future and plan for that as well. So I'm going to start off by just saying what my goals were. Like I said, I had 16 of them, so I'll kind of run through them pretty quick. The first one was I will post 2 times a week on YouTube minimum by February 2020. I will advocate for myself when I go to doctors and have better communication strategies. 3, I want to be cooking a meal 3 times a week. 4, I wanted to go to my cheerleading competition with my round-off, back handspring, back tuck. 5, I was planning on going to open gym for cheerleading once a week. 6, I wanted to make sure I had plans or a social activity every 2 weeks with friends or family. 7, I wanted to see at least one of my siblings once a week. 8, I wanted my bathroom and room to be clean every day. 9, I wanted to research jobs I was interested in, whether that be online, having in-person conversations with people that are in those jobs, or really anything of that nature. 10, I wanted to floss at least 5 times a week and wear my mouth guard every day. 11, I wanted to travel to 3 places, which, okay. 12, I wanted to increase my savings by $2,000. 13, I wanted to pay off my credit card by my 23rd birthday, which is in October. 14, I wanted to take the train or bus once a week to school to stop using my car as much. 15, I wanted to graduate university with all my final classes being a B+ or above. 16, during the week I wanted to be asleep by midnight and wake up by 8 a.m. So a couple of these are really hard to achieve. I would like to start with the ones that I'm not able to achieve just because of this pandemic. I'm not going to be able to go to open gym or get my back handspring back tuck because there's no competition. There's no competition this year. That was unfortunately canceled for good reason, and there's also no reason to be going to open gym. So what I'd like to do to adjust that is start working out 2 times a week at a minimum. At the beginning of quarantine I was pretty good at working out, but the further we got into it, the more lazy I got, and I feel like I'm at like my peak lazy right now. So I would like to replace those 2 goals with goals to work out at least twice a week, which I think will be helpful. My traveling goal obviously can't happen because traveling is not particularly safe right now or something I think I would do. But I want to reassess that and say that I would like to travel within where I live. I live really close to the mountains and a lot of beautiful things happen out there, so I want to go out to the mountains and just kind of experience some stuff out there, whether that be hiking, camping, stuff like that, and just be outside a lot more than I am. And then obviously with the taking the bus, I don't go anywhere all that much, so I think even reducing where I'm going as much as I can will help with me not wanting to drive my car as much. So those are the ones that I want to readjust, and I just wanted to kind of do that with you guys to show you that if you had goals that can't be achieved because of the pandemic, they can be tweaked so that you're still working towards stuff like that, and hopefully next year you can achieve those goals that you put in place that the pandemic has really hurt. Next, I want to talk about ones that relate to money because obviously my financial situation is not the same as when I made this at the beginning of the year, and now I'm working a lot less hours, making a lot less money. When it comes to my savings, At this point, I think I just don't want to deplete my savings. I just don't want to use them whatsoever, but increasing them may be an issue right now because I'm just not working that many hours. I think it might be a little bit unrealistic. I want to still maybe put like $20 or $30 away per paycheck, but I know that I won't be in the thousands of savings. I don't personally believe this year, which is fine, but just kind of again to reassess a goal and figure out a new way I can approach it. And when it comes to paying off my credit card, I still would like to work at that, and I still think that's achievable. I'll just be buying less stuff, which is fine, and that's okay. I really don't buy that much right now anyway because I honestly don't really go anywhere, so that'll be easy because I'm not. Now for the goals that I think I have been achieving. Although I was late for the date I wanted to start posting videos, I have been consistently posting videos since about March on YouTube, and I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of my growth. I'm so proud about how I'm getting better at videos, how I'm getting better at speaking to the camera, and that can only get better. How many times can I say better? I don't know. I also believe that for my personal health, I have been advocating and speaking with doctors and being a lot more honest with how I'm feeling, what I need to work on, what help I need from them. I've always had an issue where I'm scared to go to doctors as I don't think they'll believe me, or I have a really hard time explaining the help I need from them, but I think this year I have gotten better with that, and I just need to keep pushing. I just need to keep being honest with myself and with the people who are trying to help me, whether that be mental or physical health. I'm dealing with both of those things right now. I think I have been pretty successful in working on that, and I'm definitely proud of myself for that. As well as my sleep schedule, I think my sleep schedule is okay. I'm still not getting up at 8, I'm getting up more at 9, so I just need to keep working at kind of pulling that back, but I still am pretty proud because I used to be someone who would sleep in till like 2 in the afternoon, so that has definitely changed for me, which is great. I did graduate in April with every class I had an A or an A+ in, which was amazing for me. I'm really happy with that. I also have been really good with seeing my family and my siblings. Obviously during this pandemic, I've spent a lot of time with my parents. I've spent a lot of time FaceTiming or being with my nephews or my siblings because obviously we're part of the same family. It's been great to see my family. I feel like I've really connected and grown closer to them over this time, and that is something that I'm grateful for, that we were all able to slow down at the same time and start talking and start just being closer as a family, so that's been great for me. I have been researching jobs that I'd like to go into. I've interviewed a couple real estate agents. I've researched what master's programs I'm interested in, but I still need to keep going on that, but I have been doing that, so I'm definitely proud of that. Lastly, my room and bathroom have been okay. They still need work, but they've been okay. So those are all the goals that I've set. Those are some of the goals that I'm reassessing and some of the goals I'm proud of that I'm making. I think it's so important that if you're going to be setting goals and resolutions for yourself, to constantly check in. I wish I'd start checking this maybe even monthly, but I think 6 months is a good time to go to really see yourself grow and change and implement habits. I think that I have a really good foundation of what I'd like to keep growing on, and the next 5 or 6 months of this year are going to be really powerful for me. I don't mean to sound like cheesy, but I have felt a really big change in myself during this year, whether it be because of the pandemic, whether it be because I've had time to slow down. So as it stands, I hope to continue to get better with my goals, and I also hope that this video has encouraged you to think about some of the goals that you've maybe set this year. Start reassessing them and start doing them. If you're lucky enough to not have the pandemic directly affect, say, your source of income or your health, you really do have time to slow down and think about things and reprocess things and figure out where you need to be working at to get yourself into a better place. Definitely take time to look at them, think about them, and start planning how you're going to do them if you've stopped doing them how I kind of did. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions about my goals or if you want my input on something, I'm not a professional in goal setting, but I can definitely give you my best advice. And I would love to hear if you guys have any similar goals to me or how you think I can better approach some of my goals. Thank you so much for watching. Follow me on Instagram if you would like. My name is Sarah Situation, and thanks for watching today. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Bye.